What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back to read up on these Real Housewives of Potomac ladies, honey. I'm gonna say all their birthdays, and their signs along with their birthdays, and then I will get started with the first reading, okay? So, the first person up is Gizelle. Gizelle was born September 9th, 1970. That makes her a Virgo. She's 49 years old. I actually dated a guy, his birthday was September 8th. He was a Virgo. Most of my relationships have been with Virgo men, and they've been pretty decent, you know. Some problems here and there, but they've been pretty decent. I like Virgos. My daughter is a Virgo, okay? Shout out to Virgo. Okay, we have Robyn Dixon. She was born March 31st. 1979, she's 41. I didn't know that Robyn was that much younger than Gizelle. That's interesting. Next, Robyn is an Aries. She's an Aries, and I could see it. You know what's popping up, guys, when she was all up in Monique's face, trying to threaten her? And that's an Aries for you. Always ready to fight, ready to argue over stuff. They got explosive tempers. Remember when she blew up on Ashley? But Ashley deserved that shit when she was getting all up in her business, honey, about wine. We got Monique Samuels. She's a Libra. Libras are two-faced. I've ran into so many Libras. They are chatty patties, and that's what Monique is, all that damn talking. Two-Face, and we see how she acts on the show. October 6, 1983. So she's just a few years older than me. Next, we got my girl, Miss Karen Hugen. Karen Huger, born May 3rd, 1963. She is a Taurus. She's 57 years old. Monique is 36, guys. She'll probably turn, 37 this year. Who we got next? We got Candace Dillard. She was born December 14th, 1986. Candace is a Sagittarius. What did I tell y'all about Sagittarius women? I like them. For some reason, most of them I end up liking. And her birthday is the day after Nene's, which is very weird because y'all know I love Nene. But Candace, her birthday is right after. So I was like, oh my God. So next we got that damn Ashley. She was born June 8th, 1988. Ashley is a Gemini. So smile in your face all the time, trying to take your place, the backstabber. And that's what Ashley is. She's an air sign. She could be two-faced too. She could be a chatty patty, gossiping. But, you know, we know the Gemini to have, you know, two different sides. They could be nice and, you know, playful and, you know, sensitive to people's needs, or they could, you know, be a complete asshole, you know, and all over the place, disrespectful and, you know, don't know boundaries. Next, we got the new girl, Wendy Asepho. Her birthday is May 21st. Let's see what old Wendy is. Thinking that is that Taurus going into Gemini? Let's see. May 21st. May 21st. Yeah. Taurus on the cusp of Gemini. Look at me. I'm just so in tune, honey. Okay, let's get off with the reading, though. Okay, let's get started with Gizelle's birthday and what it means. It says the day of difficult demand. She is a Virgo too. Her strengths are she is discriminating. She is challenge oriented. She is introspective. Her weaknesses. She's fearful. Okay. She's insecure. We could see that. She's needy. There it goes. Needy. And what has most of the women on the show said about Gizelle? They talk about how she's kind of needy in her relationship. She's only happy if she has a man. Okay? As long as there's a man around, I could be happy. I could, she still start up a whole bunch of damn trouble. But I think that's a characteristic that even those daughters see in her. It's almost like they don't trust her with her personal life. So let's read up on it. Those born on September 9th repeatedly face all kinds of demanding situations, usually more the product of their own complicated nature than of fate. If they could learn to more often take the path of least resistance and not invariably the most difficult way, they would lead much more peaceful but perhaps less eventful lives. There is no doubt that September 9th people are drawn to challenges, easily bored. Okay, that's why she's staying everybody's damn business. Okay, she's bored. She needs something to do. And if you pay attention to Gizelle, when she's like instigating on the show, you could tell it brings some type of excitement to her probably dull and boring life, but she loves, kind of being amongst the mess as long as it doesn't involve her. As soon as it involves her, she wants to take it personal and withdraw. We saw how she acted with Candace on that last episode. See, she wasn't here for that shade, but she's here for it when somebody else is being shaded or disrespected. She loves that. They find it insufferable to just sit back and do the same predictably rewarding or unrewarding things year after year. Consequently, they are either consciously or unconsciously on the lookout for complex people, places, and things with which to become involved. Such a desire may grow out of an internal longing, a feeling that there is somehow something missing. Okay? And I think that Gizelle felt like it was something missing with her love life. That's why she, went back to that ex-husband. Okay? No matter how successful or fortunate they have been, indeed, many September 9th people have felt the need, there's that word, to search for this missing element since childhood. It is this emotional complexity that makes September 9th people very attractive to certain members of the opposite sex who often wind up fathering or mothering them. But though September 9th people may be in need of such a nurturing form of love, they remain independent and willful. And that takes me to her not wanting to live with Jamal Bryant. She kind of says she wants to see him, when she wants to see him. I still want my independence. I still, want to have my own thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm kind of the same way. Once those born on this day have gotten it into their head to do something, it is very difficult to talk them out of it. And we could see that on the show, okay? Them ladies always try to talk her out of saying and doing certain stuff, and she just do, whatever she see fit. Yet, since they are introspective and taken up with their own personal process, they will usually realize when they have made a mistake or chosen the wrong path. Okay? Even if it takes them some time to do so. One of the weaknesses of September 9th people, however, is that they tend to magnify their personal problems and may too readily seek help in the wrong places. Wow, that's interesting. Those born on this day can be very private people, okay? She is private. Remember when Sherman was on the show, she didn't really want to talk about that storyline. But like I told y'all, I want to be up in everybody else's business. I want to make fun of what Michael is doing and somehow back out of it and blame it on the other women. Remember, she didn't even want to share what was going on with Sherman. And I think I remember a scene with her, with Karen, and she was like, oh, I'm not going to share what's going on, with Sherman, with you, but yet it's always funny and it's important for her to be all up in Ray's tax business and, talk about how him and Karen are failing financially, and, you know, he's the broke Bill Gates, and, you know, making all these comments. Remember that t-shirt she had? Free Ray, tax reform. You know, she was being shady, you know, being nasty. But if somebody was to do that to her, they would be crossing a line. They are so terrible. She doesn't, you know, want to be bothered with them. She wants to withdraw from them. I'm going to read the one sentence again. Those born on this day could be very private people, but usually their occupation or main interests bring them into contact with society. They are very adept at sensing and even defining what the public taste is and how it may be satisfied. Here they will have to decide whether to deal on a superior or even elitist level, cater to the lowest common denominator, or perhaps find a middle ground. Why does that take me to how she acts on the show with the girls? She acts very elitist when new women, you know, come on the show. A lot of people accuse Gizelle of hazing, you know, acting like the show is this big sorority and, you know, everybody needs her approval. And, you know, you can see all of that energy within Gizelle on the show. Regardless, September 9th people are quite capable of making a lot of money in the process. Oh, really? Well, where is every beauty? Where is that at, in the words of Karen, honey? Okay. Life can be a constant battle for many September 9th people against their fears and insecurities. Strangely enough, such fears can drive them on to be surprisingly successful. This is another reason why challenges have such a powerful stimulating effect on them. All I could say is she did create a name for herself outside of being Jamal's ex-wife. Okay? She did do that. I think that was very important for her to have her identity, and that may be a reason why she now can have a better relationship with him. I don't know if their relationship will work, but I think she feels more confident now, guys. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm seeing. It's like I wasn't confident before. I didn't have my own identity, but now I'm on the show and I come out first. You know, when that show comes on, Gizelle is first, as if she's the star. I don't feel like she's the star, but I guess she is the star, I guess, to Bravo. Let's just put it like that. She's, you know, kind of the ringleader of the who's who of Potomac. All the ladies know her or, you know, have some type of connection with her. So that was very important for her. And now, you know, Jamal gets to see that and be a part of it. And, you know, for some reason, I'm getting like she wanted his approval, you know, and she never got it like until now. For some reason that I could be wrong, but like that's what I'm getting. Like counterphobic personalities, they often have to put themselves in positions of danger in order to experience the satisfaction of overcoming their fears. September 9th people must keep a handle on their wilder side, however, which can urge them towards self-destructive behavior, not easily understood or condoned by those around them. So that takes me to Gizelle showing her ass at Robyn's little it wasn't like a housewarming. Y'all remember when Robyn renovated that property and Gizelle came in there making everything about her, you know, and even her own bestie was looking at her like, what are you doing? You know, and every once in a while on that show, they call Gizelle out. It's quickly like forgiven, though, I noticed. They don't really keep coming for her. I think the argument would be, well, Gizelle just apologizes, but this is what I'm going to say. She apologizes, but does she have better behavior? No, she does not change. And Robyn is never mad at her when she acts like that with other women. It just so happens she happened to do that shit with her. And Robyn, you know, did not like that. So that is, you know, what I'm getting with her. Like Gizelle sometimes will be called out for her wilder side, for her destructive behavior and making stuff about her. And, and Monique, came in, kind of, she made Gizelle look stupid. She made up, because when Gizelle first started this show, she was the one that we all liked. We didn't really like Karen like that. Karen was a little bit too bougie and stuck up for people, and she wasn't relatable as she is now, okay? But now the tables and the ties have changed. Since when Monique got on that show, we saw how jealous and insecure, Gizelle was. She didn't have the husband that Monique had. She didn't have the lifestyle, a man taking care of her. Monique represented everything that Gizelle wanted for her life, but, she had to leave it behind because her husband was out here running amok. He was cheating. Okay, so I think with Monique, it was kind of like, I gotta look in the mirror and realize, yeah, I'm beautiful. This girl is beautiful too, but she has everything I want, and I'm gonna make it difficult for her. I'm gonna be a bitch. I'm gonna be snide with her. And with Monique, we were able to just fully see Gizelle for who she was. Okay, it took Monique, because if Monique had not came, I don't know if we would have been able to call out, or see the insecurities within Gizelle. Sometimes it takes another person to enter a situation, to challenge you, to deal with yourself, to deal with your insecurities. So that's what happened with Gizelle and Monique. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's look at her numbers and planets. Those born on the 9th of the month are ruled by the number 9 and by the planet Mars. The number 9 is powerful in its influence on other numbers. Any number added to 9 yields that number. 5 plus 9 equals 14. 4 plus 1 equals 5. And any number multiplied by 9 yields. Example would be 9 times 5 equals 45. 4 plus 5 equals 9. And September 9th people are similarly able to influence those around them. The planet Mars is forceful and aggressive, embodying male energy, but for the September 9th Virgo, ruled by Mercury, the combination of these two planets can result in an overly argumentative or critical personality. And we see her, do that type of stuff on the show. Being critical of people. Remember, she was critical, like I said, of Monique. Oh, she's, and Monique did kind of brag, when she came on the show. But if you wouldn't accuse the girl of not having a house, hell, she wouldn't have had to tell you, no, bitch, I got 4 houses. Get it right, okay? So we see her arguing and, trying to, she criticizes Candace all the time, okay? It's a lot of that energy. Remember, she was very critical of Ashley, Oh, she's young. Oh, she with this old man. Oh, he need Viagra. Making fun of everybody. Karen and Ray, they situation. How Karen is with an old man. Meanwhile, I have no man. Or I got to go back to the man that did me wrong just so I could kind of fit with the women. Okay, let's look at her tarot. The 9th card of the major arcana is the Hermit, who is usually depicted walking with a ladder and a stick. He represents meditation, isolation, and quietude. The card also signifies crystallized wisdom and practiced discipline. The Hermit is a taskmaster who motivates, conscious, and guides others on their path. The positive aspects of this card are stick-to-itiveness, purpose, profundity, and concentration. The negative qualities include dogmatism, intolerance, mistrust, and discouragement. September 9th people should probably avoid the Hermit's extreme way of withdrawing from the world, but perhaps emulate his positive self-examination. Okay, so let's get to our advice and meditation. The advice they're giving Gizelle is building your self-confidence is a big item. Allow for reflection, then find your real abilities and act on them decisively. So that could have a lot to do with her coming out with every hue beauty, makeup, all things beauty. I'm a pretty woman. Let me sell that to the world. That way you all can buy into that. Worry and fear will eat you up if you let them. You alone hold yourself back. And, we see it all the time, on the show with her behavior. She's in therapy, but yet does she really change, guys? Okay. Does she really change her negative behavior? It also tells her to stay joyful and never despair. Her meditation is irritation is something you do to yourself. So, she brings a lot of her problems on herself with how she acts. That's mainly what I've been saying this whole entire reading. Let's get to Robyn. And you guys, I'm going to be skipping around because we are kind of running out of time. I spent so much time on Gizelle, but Gizelle probably is the one with the most problems. Okay. Okay. So next we got Robyn Dixon. She was born the March 31st. She's an Aries. She's an Aries 1. Her strengths are she's tenacious, she's lucid, and she's pragmatic. Her weaknesses, she is repressed, she is frustrated. We saw it with the money problems, constant frustration, Even with her allowing somebody other than her and Juan to make financial decisions for her life, I'm not trying to blame her for that, but I could see that. Argumentative. We seen her, I told you, in Monique's face, in Ashley's face. It was unnecessary for her to be all up in Monique's face, I felt. But that's how Aries are. They always like to threaten people in a physical way. Oh, I'm going to beat your ass. Oh, I'm going to do this. It's that fire, they can't help it. Okay, so it says people born on March 31st are fighters. What did I just say? What did I just say? Oh my God. What did I just say? Okay. Who will get ahead no matter what. They have the tenacity to hang in there for the duration. And that's true. We saw Robyn come out of, the bad financial problems and, get her and her family out of debt and, build a new business. Once established in a post, they will be very difficult to unseat. They may have original ideas that remain unexpressed simply because they indeed relish holding on to a favorable position. When called upon in a time of crisis, however, they often come up with highly creative and practical solutions. Yeah, like moving, into a townhouse and selling, that big house. Okay. Well, I think it went into foreclosure, but that's neither here nor there. Winning them the appreciation of their superiors. And to me, that makes me look at her and Gizelle's relationship because Gizelle was so proud of her. But if you all look at the dynamic of the friendship, Gizelle would never be all that cool with Robyn if she was a Monique. It would be too much jealousy. So somebody made that comment to her like, oh, she likes people. I think it was Monique. She made a comment like, well, you only like people that's doing worse than you or, that's beneath you. And that's true. Robyn was broke and stuff when the show started and stuff. She had a lot of financial problems. Juan was not claiming her. You got Ashley telling her that Juan was with other women. Misery loves company when you see Gizelle and Robyn. I'm just saying. That's why, that sometimes, guys, that's why people be liking you because they know that you're only going to go so far and you're still going to be beneath them. So it's a comfort space. When I look at that friendship, I see comfort. I think she's closer with Cal and has a better relationship with Cal than she has with Robyn. And it's weird because I like Robyn when she's talking with the other women. It's just once she gets with Gizelle, it just seems something superficial in their relationship. Like it's just on the surface. And ain't that what Candace said about Gizelle? So that's what I'm seeing. It says that March 31st, people can be difficult to work with as they tend to be argumentative and demanding of coworkers. But those born on this day are above all very realistic about the positions they hold and shrewd enough to guarantee their survival in the job jungle. So to me, that talks about, her building her new business and, just getting better with her finances. She had mentioned on the show, I don't ever want to be broke again. I hate, I kind of love that part, because to me that represented Robyn being humble. Like, I learned something from that. I learned from being in debt. I don't want to be broke again. We used to have to take cold showers. I think that's what she was saying. And I love that, because that was the real Robyn, like saying her truth, saying what she went through. Perhaps once or twice in a lifetime, March 31st people will be presented with the opportunity to make a major change in occupation. We already saw that change, flipping the houses. If they take it, they will probably succeed, though it may take time, and it did. Took a lot of time, but she did it at the end of the day. That house looked very nice. I was proud of Robyn. I really was. If they decide to pass up the opportunity, their hidden talents may never see the light. Those born on this day react well to challenges, but due to their love of security and realism about money matters. Okay, think about Juan in that house. There's no love, but guess what? My boys, they got their father, and I don't want to put Juan on child support, so I'll have him live up in this house until we figure out what we go do. People will do whatever they need to do, you guys, for security. Okay? Even if that means sacrificing their own happiness. I'm going to read that again. Those born on this day react well to challenges, but due to their love of security and realism about money matters, prefer calculated risk to reckless gambles. Well, it was a reckless gamble letting that friend take your money and invest it, though. But I think she probably thought that he would do right by her, but he didn't. Even in death, remember what they said about that man? He was still an asshole. He wasn't really sorry for what he did. Remember when her and Juan saw that psychic? March 31st people are comfortable as the boss, but really do better as associates or partners, where their talents for innovation and creative thought can contribute to a team effort. Those born on this day can live for years on their own, but function well in family life. We see she seems pretty content with, Juan and the boys, because they often marry late. And she go really marry late, because we still waiting on a damn wedding. They may adopt children or even a ready-made family, acting the role of step-parent. Okay, so this part about Robyn is very interesting. To me, it really talks about her relationship with Juan and the type of person she is. It says, March 31st people hardly impress one as cuddly types, okay? That overt love, showing you I love you, but are quite affectionate in their own way, expressing warmth through gentle teasing or humor. Overt love is something unconsciously frightens them. So that has me thinking about, like I said, her living up in that house all the years with Juan with no title. But I have, his kids, and we used to be married. And, we remember Juan wasn't that affectionate to Robyn. Even Gizelle would tell her, girl, you deserve this, you deserve that. And Robyn had to go to therapy, just to get to the brink of her real feelings, right? Hence their own ironic or even cynical exterior, but a deep need for caring, heightened by any parental rejection in childhood, demands a warm, understanding mate who knows when to back off and when to come on. And Juan knows how to do that. Reading the signals of the March 31st person is the key to relating to them. They are very intuitive and expect loved ones to be the same way. Perhaps to understand them without a word being spoken. Indeed, they are very suspicious of anyone who is too glib and too giving of promises. Okay, hence her not really wanting to get married. Robyn is not very overt, like she's not clear like some of the women on the show. I need to be married. I'm okay with everything the way it is. I think if they do get married, it'll be because of the public, because she's sick of having to answer about her relationship with Juan to everybody else. That's mainly what it is. Robyn would be okay with just, and that's fine if that's how she wants to live her life. Be true to you, but Robyn is so much of a follower. Okay? March 31st people do not really have the drive to be great leaders. What did I just say? What? I cannot. Oh my God. but are patient enough to wait and ultimately get what they want. Generally, they follow their head rather than their heart because they are so mentally oriented. Others would do better not to appeal to them through emotions. Okay, once again, I'm thinking about Juan, him not hugging and kissing her. She's fine with that. She's fine with no title. I don't care if Juan is dating other people. Girl. Particularly when manipulative, but plain common sense. This will elicit a heartfelt response, as straight talking is what those born on this day value most. So she's not for the emotions and that's cool, I guess you could say, but at the same time, everybody needs affection. There's nothing wrong with saying, what you want, out of your relationship. Hey, I need more hugs, more kisses. I need to know that you got my back. We almost running out of time, y'all. I may have to do a part 2 on Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's get to our numbers and planets. Those born on the 31st day of the month are ruled by the number 4. 3 + 1 = 4. And by the planet Uranus. Since only 7 months have a 31st day, it is a less common number for a birthday, and the people born on these days are often difficult to fathom. The combination of Mars, ruler of Aries, and Uranus can mean an explosive temper. We've seen that on the show. And unpredictable and impulsive behavior. A lot of Aries have that. A lot of it. Those ruled by the number 4 can be stubborn or argumentative. We've seen that on the show. Robyn being stubborn, not listening to the women when it comes to her relationship with Juan, not wanting to hear, what they have to say, not, stubborn, stagnant, not making any decisions. Since they see things so differently from everyone else. What did I just say? Okay. Their psyche is sensitive, particularly when it comes to rejection, which they take very hard. Okay. Generally, March 31st people are reasoners and show good sense, muting the more erratic qualities mentioned above. Let's look at her tarot. The 4th card of the major arcana is the Emperor, who rules over concrete and worldly things through wisdom. The primary source of his power. The Emperor is stable and profound, and the force of this authority cannot be questioned. The positive associations of this card are strong willpower and steadfast energy. Unfavorable qualities include willfulness, tyranny, and brutality. Let's get to the advice. The advice that the book has for Robyn is use your good sense to advantage, but also trust your deepest instincts. Beware of your argumentative tendencies, okay? I remember I told y'all she was getting into it with the ladies, exploding on them, She was kind of putting on this front like nothing bothered her, but it would come out, in her temper. Especially that one time she got all up in Ashley's face. That was funny though. Open yourself to love and to affection. Okay, that's with wine. And it's better with them now. I do notice, their relationship is a lot better. Deal with your fear of rejection. Okay, her meditation is quitting is not always a bad idea. That's interesting. Okay, let's move on to the next person. We're going to do Wendy, guys. Wendy Asepho. She's not going to get a full reading because I really don't know her like that. She was born May 21st, 1984. She is a Taurus she's a Taurus on the Gemini cusp. So a little bit right before we get off into the Gemini season. Yeah, because the next day, the 22nd, is literally Gemini season. So she's going to have Taurus qualities in Gemini. I can see it already. The Gemini, I see the communicator in her, being on a lot of different public forums and platforms, speaking out on political and social issues. We've seen that with Wendy. Her strengths are she is undaunted. She is courageous. She is successful, which is very true. We heard from her in all them degrees, honey. Okay. Her weaknesses are she is egotistic. She is invulnerable, and she is stressed. And I could see it with them kids, honey, okay? Okay, so it is the day of the unfailing vision. And it says those born on May 21st not only have a far-reaching vision, but also the tenacity to hang in there no matter what. Once engaged in a struggle, they are in it for the duration, no matter how great the difficulties involved. As a matter of fact, they love challenge. So if anything, the obstacles they encounter only spur them on. In this respect, they are unlike many idea people who either give up easily, lose interest, or simply move on out of restlessness. I could see that in Wendy. You would have to have a really strong drive to have all of those degrees. So, when you see a person that has a lot of degrees, I'm not really impressed by just degrees only, but one thing I do respect with people with degrees is they have a stick-to-itiveness. Nothing deters them from their goals, and their passions. And these type of people, very hardworking. They could see things through. They really have a vision. And her birthday is what? The day of the unfailing vision. Come on, girl. Come on, Ms. Robinson. You didn't come to play with the girls. It says May 21st, people want to implement their ideas, manifest them in concrete reality. They have a real feeling for the tactile, the sensuous, and physical elements of life. Most often, their ideas and visions involve a transformation of physical matter. So maybe she wanted a family, and she has that family. She wanted the husband. She wanted the education. Remember, she told us she had a background with her family with education where it was very important to, be successful, and to not only be a pretty face, but, be smart. Keep your head in the books. Be educated, always know more than your fellow man. And I don't know. It makes a lot of sense for her and Candace to be friends because they both have, some of the same energy. I'm going to read a little bit more and then we will read we'll end the reading because I got to do part 2 on the rest of the girls. Okay, so it says there's also a strong social involvement indicated on this day. May 21st, people are not ivory tower dreamers, but must be in the thick of it. Okay, so like I said, we see her speaking out about President, I wish he wasn't our president, but Trump. Let's just call him that, honey, okay? We see something interesting came up. It says battling with or against society for what they believe is right. Remember when we heard Wendy say, I'm always trying to help the downtrodden people of the world. I'm always trying to fight for injustice, for women, for the rights of people. So it's all in her birthday, guys. Most often their crusade is of their own making, but they can also give themselves selflessly to the causes of others. What did I just say? Indeed, giving is their forte, not taking. That's good. They may have quite a bit of difficulty, as a matter of fact, in accepting gifts or help from others. So she's very independent. In this, their life is strictly a one-man or woman show, for which their work is central. We see that with her. I'm a mom, but I got all these jobs and, I'm not tired and worn out. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do. I want to do these things. These are not people who need a manager or PR person. They like doing the job from start to finish. Okay, Wendy. Somehow the money to accomplish their ends comes through often at the last minute. So great is their confidence in a successful outcome to their endeavors, but the necessary attention and means of support seem to manifest when needed. They can, however, struggle for years and years without achieving success. They can even be laughed at or scorned, but this does not dissuade them from their goals. So Wendy don't give a damn. She gonna accomplish all her goals. She don't care if you with her, you laughing at her. Dominant personality. She has a dominant personality. I see that. I don't see a person that's just sitting there to be Candace's cute friend. I'm intellectual. I don't play. We haven't seen Gizelle really come at Wendy the way she's came at the rest of the girls. They are never happier than when others are under their direction, okay? So she ain't no damn follower. Less powerful May 21st people may suffer in silence for a lifetime, having wonderful ideas and talents, but never finding how to voice them. Sometimes they just settle for a backseat to their partner, siblings, or children. Such May 21st people inevitably build up tremendous resentments and self-pity. All they need is the courage to act, and like their more highly involved May 21st counterparts will likely succeed in their task. Part of the problem for less confident May 21st people is in recognizing where their true talents lie. Okay, so this part is very interesting because I just got on Wendy in my last review about she kept mentioning those damn degrees. It says, at its best, May 21st is a day that confers great gifts of accomplishment and success. Those born on this day, however, must be aware of arrogance and egotism, or of succumbing to the egotistic temptation of playing the martyr or suffering saint. They may need to periodically examine their personal motives to be sure that they are really as selfless, as giving as they seem. Okay, remember she was talking about her degrees and, well, I had my children look at my degrees, and what is that doing for the child? Yeah, the child see that you've accomplished a lot, but those are your accomplishments. You know, they still may not get the point that you are trying to get them to grasp. May 21st people must also learn that giving and receiving are two sides of the same coin, and that accepting the help of others is also part of being human. Ego problems and all forms of conceit, particularly giving as a kind of condescension from on high, must be guarded against. Okay, so ego problems, I told y'all, with the degrees, you keep talking about them. You know, we get it. We get that you're smart. We get it, you know, but that is not all of what it takes for people to like you and feel comfortable with you. I'm trying to still figure out what is the issue with her and Karen. Does anybody know the issue with her and Karen? Is there something that you all can see in their dynamic? Is it that Karen doesn't like the fact that Wendy's so accomplished, and, you know, Karen came from this farm, and, you know, yeah, she married well, but, you know, she's not like on Wendy's level? Does she feel like, I don't know. Does she feel intimidated by Wendy? Put it down in the comments, okay? Let's get to her advice. We're running out of time. It says, keep a close watch on yourself, examine your motives, learn to accept the help of others, and be vulnerable occasionally. So Wendy needs to learn to accept help. It does not make you look less human. You are not your accomplishments. Okay, so it says, attend to small tasks as well as great projects and remain polite and kind. Okay, we kind of have seen she's not that polite with Karen, asking her how many times she done had sex. Okay, and it tells her rest is important. Meditation, we see much, observe little, and perceive less. Okay, so that was Wendy's reading. Y'all get down in the comments. Let me know how you felt about this Gizelle, Robyn, and Wendy readings. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be back on here with the rest of the ladies. I'm your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out later.